Good morning, friends. Today we are going to perform an experiment, that is determination of the Hall's coefficient with the help of the Hall's experiment. Hall's experiment. This is Hall's experiment setup. We're going to find the Hall's coefficient. So in this experiment, what we need to do is, first of all, you can see a schematic diagram. You can see a schematic diagram. Yeah, you can get it from your manual. Okay, this is the thing. And then you can get all these AIM introduction theoretical part from the manual. Yeah, and this is apparatus. So this is the Hall effect setup. This is the Hall effect setup. We have got a meter, current adjustment, offset adjustment, current voltage and current setup. Like you can have that here. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so this is a semiconductor. This is the semiconductor. This square piece you can see here is a semiconductor. This is the digital Gauss meter, constant current power supply. Okay, so the first step in this experiment, in the first step, what we need to do is we are going to vary the current from this meter, and then we are going to note down the magnetic field. The first step, we are going to vary the current like 0.3, 0.6, 0.9. This we need to vary the current, and then we are going to observe the magnetic field reading. And we have to first of all, before completing this table, we need to make zero adjustment of this meter, okay, so that it becomes zero. Okay, let's start the experiment. Okay, so basically, first of all, we will just make it zero. First of all, we'll make it zero.
Using the zero adjustment.
Using the zero adjustment, we'll make it zero. It's not becoming zero. Yeah, zero. Okay, so basically we'll make it zero, and then this thing is there. We'll just fix it between the magnetic field. We'll just fix this thing between the magnetic field.
Magnetic flux generator, current generator. So you remove this thing.
We'll just remove this first of all. Okay, and then we'll fix this perpendicular to the magnetic field, and then we'll tighten. Okay, basically we're going to do this. Okay, and then we're going to see that this reading must come positive. So we'll do adjustment of it, this one, so that this comes out to be positive. Okay,
Rotate it.
by rotating it, it depends on the calibration.
Actually, the current should be separate zero.
Whatever it is.
Current should usually be zero. Wait.
Wow, okay, so basically we're getting a positive value for it. Okay. We're having problem setting it. Okay, so basically we got a positive reading here in the magnetic field column. Okay, so what we need to do is basically we have already prepared this table. We have done this experiment earlier. We have prepared this table. What we're gonna do is vary this current and bring it to 0.3 and like this, 0.3, then 0.6, then 0.9, and then corresponding readings will take it from this meter, and then we'll form this table. That's it. That's over for the first table. Simple. Okay. So and after that, just we can opt this thing. We don't need to require it right now. Okay. What we're gonna do is
Plot a graph from that.
plot a graph. We need to plot a graph. We need to plot a graph between the current and the magnetic field. It's quite simple. We'll plot a graph and we'll get a straight line. And that's it for now. Then what we do is we have to now we have to do the second table. Now let's see the second table. We have a fixed probe current that is 3.83, and the semiconductor that we are using is germanium N-type. We're going to replace this rod. We're going to replace this thing with the semiconductor material. Okay. Okay, so we have just like fixed it so that it's like perpendicular. It should be perpendicular to the magnetic field. This is a magnetic field setup. It should be perpendicular. Okay, so what we're gonna do is like we're gonna switch on this meter. Okay, we're just gonna there's a knob for offset adjustment. We should make this offset adjustment to minimum. This should be minimum, and then what we need to do is we need to like switch on this meter, and we'll fix this regulators to 0.5 voltage, and then we'll vary this ampere current. This will vary the current from here. We'll vary the current from here, and we'll note down the hall voltage. That is, this one will be the hall voltage.
We can change it from here. The voltage can be changed from here into
we
voltage.
can set up,
You can see that the unit is in millivolts, so it is a negative voltage of minus 42.3 millivolt.
Yeah, so in
And
this
0.5
in this way we
ampere
can note down
current.
the readings. Basically forget this column right now. Don't think about this column. Basically forget. We are having a current column, we are having a voltage column, hall voltage column. We are going to vary the current like 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2 like this in this way, and gradually we are going to vary, and then hall voltage
Vary from here.
We are going to remember we are going to vary the current from this part, and then we are going to note down the readings. And then now you must be wondering how to calculate this magnetic field. So we are going to calculate this magnetic field with the help of this graph.
first graph.
Yeah, first graph. So how are we going to do that? Basically, we're going to see, we're going to note the current reading. We're going to see the current reading from here. Like we're going to take, see where is this 0.5. We're going to find the 0.5 from the x-axis. We are having the current axis. We're going to find 0.5, and then this corresponding 0.5 reading, we are going to find out the magnetic field. Magnetic field for that 0.5 milliampere current. In this way, for corresponding 1 milliampere, in this way all the current we have the several. Okay, we don't need this right now. We already have the readings prepared. So for each and every corresponding current, we'll find out the magnetic field in this way. Basically, we're going to find out the current from the x-axis and then corresponding magnetic field from the y-axis. In this way, we'll fill up this column. We are basically done with this experiment, and then you can get all the theory and the theoretical part from your lab manual. Okay, and then you have to do just the calculation. This calculation, okay, at last we have to make another graph. That the graph will be hall voltage versus a magnetic field. In the second table, we have got the hall voltage and magnetic field. We will plot a graph between them. That's very simple. We'll be doing it. Then we have to do. Then let's see the calculation part. There's a sample germanium N-type. Thickness is 0.05. It's like the thickness of the sample is 0.05. It's already it was already told to us. Okay. Probe current is 3.83, which is fixed. Then slope. How we'll just find the slope of this curve. It's going to be VH by H. We're going to calculate the slope of this curve. Okay, and as it's a straight line, it's going to be like 0. We have calculated it, and it's coming out to be 0.026. Okay, then from it, we're going to calculate Hall coefficient. How are we going to calculate? Yeah, how are we going to calculate? You can get this formulas from the manual. Basically, VH by H into Z by I, and into this. This is the formula for calculation of R. R is the Hall's coefficient. So here VH by H is the slope. So we get the value. We'll insert the value of the slope, and then Z we know. I we know. I is the probe current, and Z is the this one thickness. That is the thickness. And then 10 to the power 8 we calculate the R, value of R. Okay, and then carrier density also we can find by 1 by Re, this method, where E is 1.67 10 to the power minus 90. In this way we can do the calculation. You can see the calculation part from here. You can pause the video and check out the calculation part. Then you can do the error analysis. It turns out to be 4.4%, and that's it. That's enough for this experiment. Thank you.